We are gathered here today for a better opportunity and for a change to the immigration status of 12 million people in this country. I would like to start with the words of Thomas J. Watson. If you stand up and be counted, from time to time you may get yourself knocked down. But remember this, a man flattened by an opponent can get up again. A man flattened by conformity stays down for good. For the past 3 years we have let ourselves get beaten down by racial discrimination. The failure of the Immigration Reform Act of 2007 is keeping us in the belief of letdown and negativity. Discrimination is beating up every whit of our souls to fight and remain strong. Everywhere we turn, we see thousands of immigrants being deported. The waves of deportation have swept away mothers and fathers and leaving many children behind. We're conforming to a life that does not fulfill our American dream. Fear rose from the bottom of the ground to follow us in every street corner. The fear is making us unable to thrive for a better day. We doubt our ability to form our own voice and individuality. America is founded by a nation of immigrants. The early immigrants came for a better opportunity to this country. The British and French immigrants were encountering discrimination of their religion at their home country. They had no fortunes and they had the desire to live a better life that would give them prosperity and hope for a better tomorrow. The fear we have to rise from defeat is enabling us to enjoy prosperity as the early immigrants. We're conforming to a life of suffrage. Persecution is stabbing us like a knife in our hearts. Our dreams are becoming shattered and our promise of a better tomorrow broken. The opportunity of progress is costing the life of many and the torture of some. Our voice is crushed by the whips and scorns of discrimination. We're conforming to a life of failure. We're becoming vulnerable to attacks by the ones that want to destroy us. Our vulnerability is like a rock in our hearts that is giving us the inability to fight for justice. Hope is suppressed by the rock in our hearts. It is time to rise from failure and strive to attain success. We view America as it states in our national anthem, the land of the free and the home of the brave. We're losing the bravery and the passion to make a change. We're letting the forces among us take away our unalienable rights. The history before is demonstrating that without bravery, no change can be accomplished. We cannot give up when we find ourselves struggling because it would mean that the immigration to the United States was worthless. For many, the struggle to come to America was tough because there were long days of walking through a desert. Heat suffocated your breath. The hot wind felt like a ton of rocks behind your back. The experience was unbearable that you fell into the ground because of exhaustion and weakness. However, we stood back up and got right up because we believed that the life in America was worth all the sacrifice. Many other immigrants faced crossing a border that was unbearable to cross. Through the wall, the slippery grounds to cross symbolized the struggle between repression and freedom. We made the decision to take a risk and take a leap to freedom and prosperity. The determination we have in our hearts reflects our strength to overcome any obstacle to plead for justice. Many other immigrants have come to America in a compartment of steamship. The ship was very crowded since there was hardly any room for anyone to sit. The immigrants suffered excruciating bajaj conditions as some passengers were seasick. We have overcome the harsh bajaj conditions by maintaining the strong conviction that in America we're going to live a prosperous life. The belief we sustain must be supposed to demonstrate that we are strong, motivated, and powerful to change our immigration status in this country. Our change can't happen if we don't unite. We can't attack each other because if we don't fight together, we will not be heard. Once we're in unity, we can't turn back to our same conformity. It's time to become a power that demonstrates their hunger for change and equality. As a minority group in our country, we express our desire to work hard and succeed. Our time has come to advance and give our children the opportunities we could not receive. It is time to focus on our immigrant equality. I am mindful that some individuals are in a position for our unity. Remember this. We're a nation of immigrants. We can't define immigration because there is no definition. America, ever since its creation, has embedded principles from the primary ethnicities that came to our country. It is crucial to recognize that America will remain as a melting pot of many principles, moralities, and needs. We have to unite in brotherhood and peace to make America rise from the horrid economic crisis that affects every single one of us in this country. As Americans, we can't forget where we come from. In spite of the economic burden in our country, the immigrant minorities are important because they do the skilled labor that sustain the riches of our country. Every individual that steps American soil has the right to enjoy, as it states in our Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. My friends, it is time to not let our troubles fool us. Today, I would like to depict a piece of my imagination. The imagination that I will share with you reflects the future that we all want to see in America. I imagine that one day everyone has the opportunity to be seen as equal individuals. I imagine that one day every family has been separated from the deportation can be united again. I imagine that one day every immigrant minority has the opportunity to accomplish their American dream. I imagine that one day each minority will have the opportunity to speak their voice and let their fears behind. I imagine that one day every immigrant learns English and integrates to the American dream. I imagine that one day everyone that has suffered a family loss during the immigrant injustices can find the comfort in their souls. I imagine that one day every immigrant in prison has the right of a fair trial and a better living condition. I imagine today that every immigrant child can enjoy the education of any American child. The children will have the opportunity to have a college degree and be successful. The children's dream to go to college can be accomplished. I imagine today that every immigrant can have the opportunity to have a stable job and lose the fear for the government and authority. I imagine today that every American can hold hands with other minorities and let the country out of the hardships of our country. I believe that unity and faith in a better place can make a difference and make America the land of our dreams. I imagine today that our children will have the opportunity to live in a world of equality in which everyone considers one another. As Martin Luther King mentioned in his speech, I have a dream, not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Let this be the day in which we continue to fight and to sing the pledge of justice and peace. America is my home. America is a place of peace. America is a place that will live in equality of race and the splendor of America's beauty and grace. America is a place I can call my own. America is a place where my success can be grown. America is a place of equal opportunity. America is a place in which we stand in unity. Let the bells of unity ring to build a foundation of equality that can be broken. Let the bells of unity to make a change that will last a lifetime. Let the bells of unity ring to break the walls of discrimination among us. Let the bells of unity ring to accomplish the American dream of prosperity, peace, and equality. Let the bells ring of unity to demonstrate that sí se puede, yes we can. Let the bells of unity ring to rise from the scraps of failure. Let the bells of unity ring to form one voice, one body, and one mind. Chinese, Japanese, Filipinos, Koreans, South Asian immigrants, Mexicans, Salvadorians, Guatemalans, Latin Americans, and Americans, let's all unite to fulfill the words that Gandhi once stated. Let's be the change we want to see.